Hey, what's going on, guys? Back again with another sound video or sound tutorial. This time we're talking about limiters and why you might want to use one, especially if you're using external sources that are pretty loud. That being said, the channel whose video I'm covering is Unrested's video. If you don't know who Unrested is one of the original Japanese vloggers living in Japan, or J-vloggers. There's a handful of them that were all really cool around the time like YouTube started. But anyway, one of his more recent videos has a bit of volume mismatching, and I thought it would be cool to kind of like highlight what the fixes are for it, so that, you know, if you see this in your own setup, this is something you could also implement to basically make your audio sound more consistent in terms of levels. Now, of course, the obvious solution, and the one that I was about to put an entire paragraph in response to, was to say, oh, well, you could go in and mix everything manually, you know, you could do it on a case-by-case basis, but that's such a pain in the ass. So I figure I'd just rather show part of the video, show the solution, and then talk about it.
To drink and kai session. Put together, it means drinking party, and it's core to Japanese culture. But
also be careful, don't get it mixed up with nomi hodai or tabe hodai. Nomikai is like a drinking party, drinking.
Now, if you're listening right now and you're like, wait a minute, you already fixed it. What did you do? I'll show you. Anyway, if I start playing his stuff again,
session, drinking, get together. But if someone says, do you want to go to Nomi Hodai, that means all
pretty consistent.
Drink. And let me tell you, people are going to get
absolutely the biggest thing I made use of was something called a limiter. Now, I'll pause Scott for a second. A limiter is just a compressor with a much harder ratio. It still has all your normal settings of threshold, release. The only thing it doesn't have is a ratio, because I think it's probably using the same thing that most limiters use, which is a 10-to-1, meaning for every 10 decibels above the threshold, only release 1 decibel. It's a much harsher version of a compressor. So the first thing I did was I threw on a limiter to kind of match the outgoing audio, or the incoming audio, his external source, his YouTube video playing, to match what his volume levels were, which were around like -22, -21 dB. So the limiter already did that.
Too as well.
But
Nomikai culture has a dark.
Even though that's balanced and that would work, and that solution is perfectly, like, it's done, like, that's problem solved. The other thing I did was I added 13 decibels to kind of bring over the overall loudness, which to me brings up kind of the presence of the entire thing.
And these problematic parts have recently come under fire. To understand why, we need to first know what even goes on at a nomikai. Like, seriously, what is happening to Japanese salarymen to come out looking like this?
Yeah, this is really common. I mean, I've seen people pass out on the trains. I've seen people passed out straight up on the street. This is not a shocker. This is not uncommon.
What is happening to Japanese salarymen to come out looking like this?
Yeah, this is really common. I mean, I've seen people pass out on the trains. I've seen people passed out straight up on the street. This is not a shocker. This is not uncommon.
Well, we're about to find out.
Yes, this is a pretty stark difference, but yeah, just by putting on a limiter and a little bit of gain, you can get a pretty...
I have definitely seen a salaryman with a however
pretty
many...
good difference. I think having something like a limiter for something like YouTube, or, you know, if you're playing something on Firefox or Chrome, beats the ever-living bejesus out of sitting there and having to do it for every single audio source that you keep introducing, you know? Because that could be... I mean, that could be a pain in the ass, and honestly, at the end of the day, it's just about trying to get this stuff done as efficiently as possible, and dude, like, a limiter, you saw how quick I had it set up. I mean, granted, I didn't show the steps for it, which are just come over here, do your 3 dots, hit filters, hit add, and OBS already comes with a limiter, so pop the limiter on. I think the release comes stock at 60, drop the threshold down to 22, and then the gain... That's just set to taste, you know, I could have probably cranked it louder. I think at 13 dB it's plenty loud. Both speakers are loud enough and it's consistent enough, but yeah, I would recommend doing all this stuff in post. Doing it while you're streaming is kind of a pain in the ass, but with it being in post and having the video file done, it's a bit easier to manage, you know, sound-wise. So, yeah, I hope this helps. If it does, give a thumbs up. If you like Japanese culture, obviously follow Unrested's channel, or follow the channel that he covered, which I think her name is Aini. Truth Behind Drunk Salaryman in Japan? Yes, Aini. And yeah, here you can see her content loudness at negative 2.1 dB. And if we go to like one of the other unrested videos, negative 22.8, which everything doesn't need to be the same content loudness. It's fine. It's fine. But in terms of just having, you know, another source being brought in, like it's a good thing to just have it balanced on average so that, you know, you're not having to compete for space so that people can hear you the entire time, because they're there for you, you know. Not to sound egotistical as shit, but like they're there to hear whoever the speaker is. So it's like it's good to always, if anything, give yourself a boost sound-wise, volume-wise over who you're speaking over anyway, you know, 5 dB or whatever. Especially if it's somebody else's video. It's one thing if you're doing like a live stream and you're having to worry about you mixing another speaker in, but if it's just you versus a video, man, throw a limiter on that shit, call it a day. If you're still watching it and you like a Japanese artist to check out, and I'd recommend, and Unrested, if you're watching this, check her out, man. I'd like to hear your opinion on Yu-piko, and I want to know what Japanese music scene's going on, man. We don't have 11 colors anymore. You stopped making videos like 10 or 11 years ago. I want to know if she's blowing up in Japan, because seeing that this has 104,000 views doesn't really tell me very much, you know. This artist is tremendous. Check her stuff out. I'm not going to play it because I don't want to look at my freaking YouTube inbox and see that I got a copyright notice or see that it's been muted in countries. I don't want to deal with that shit. But anyway, yeah, Yu-piko, she's got a song out called Crow. Pretty cool, man. And check it out live. A lot of those studio sessions sound pretty compressed and hammered. I hope this helps. Hope you guys got something out of this. If not, oh well. Until the next video of audio advice, I've been me, y'all been y'all. You know how it goes. I gotta go take a fucking key from a pig. This is some Square Enix early Final Fantasy shit, man. Find the miracle bathwater, but in order to find the bathwater, you need the key of Longinus. To get the key of Longinus, you have to go find the Lance of Ligurius. The Lance of Ligurius you can only attain by reaching the highest level of the Tower of Babel. But to get to the highest level of the Tower of Babel, you have to be granted entry by Godo. Godo is a master of martial arts, and in order to fight him, you have to be a gold level black. It's like, dude, what time is it? Holy, you have to be fucking kidding me. I was in that stupid fucking part with the pig for like an hour. What time is it? Stream-wise, 2 hours. Dude, that is fucked. That took forever to do that part. Oh my god, that's probably only like 30 minutes worth of gameplay is the fucked up thing.